collecting my thoughts. I got this, I think. Hey lords and ladies, it is the last day of E3. There actually aren't terribly many more that I'm super or even moderately excited for. And these are just my choices. These are not me saying, you know, I'm not being a total analyst or anything like that. These are my choices of things that I think are very interesting, and usually why. What I usually start off with is some of the background that helps you understand why I made the choices that I made. And sometimes, if I just say it's the fangirl in me, I'll usually just say it's the fangirl in me. I'll be honest about that. So, and I have my phablet. When I'm watching E3 on my computer, I actually type up my notes, and then, which is one of the reasons I also did voiceovers, because I've been having really bad power fluctuations at my apartment for the past few weeks or so. We've had some pretty bad storms, and my power will fluctuate in and out, which made recording like this actually kind of difficult because I couldn't get a light. So I'm gonna try and record this really quick. I've bullet pointed on here for my next two choices. Ironically, I thought I was gonna do some short ones, which, I mean, I'll go ahead and list them. I'm not gonna go into in depth on these, simply because these are mild curiosities. Babylon's Fall, Platinum Games, same people who made Nier Automata and Bayonetta. I like their control schemes. I typically like their games. I'm actually playing Nier. I know I'm late. So far, I do not like top-down shooting, but I'm slugging through that section slowly. But I do typically like the control schemes of theirs, as well as their visual choice to tell a story. So there wasn't much to be seen with that one, but I am curious about that one. Lara Croft Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I will admit, this is one of the first ones in a while I've actually been curious about, simply because I want to see, their stealth mechanics looks really cool. Not necessarily not that they haven't been done before, but how they've represented them, the variety of choices you have. I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to do that, and how well it's going to be executed. Let me put it that way. Halo Infinite was really just a game engine showcase. All you saw was what the game engine can do. That does not show you gameplay. It's simply what the game engine can do. It's Halo Infinite. I just want to see how it's going to look in this new engine you're putting it in. Gears of War 5. That one is supposed to come out next year. I'll be honest, I actually have not had a chance to play any of the Gears of War games. I know. But that's mainly because I only recently got a PC that could probably handle that, and I don't have Xbox. I just never have been an Xbox person. I've always been Sony, and more than willing to play PC, but I just finally got one that's able to do that. It was really just a short trailer, but it did spark my interest a little bit. Of course, Jump Force. I'm an anime nerd. Jump Force, duh. I am curious as how Light is going to operate in this game. He may have appeared in other games, but I just didn't know. But I am not sure how he's going to play in this game when you have people like Goku, Luffy running around, and Naruto. So we'll see. Dying Light 2. Dying Light 1 had solid mechanics. It had... The story was okay. It wasn't bad. I didn't like the ending at all. The two choices were pretty sucky, honestly. So, of course, there's Nintendo, which has Smash Ultimate, which literally has everything on there, including Daisy, who's going to be an Echo. Echo characters are now the Switch characters of, so like Pit, Dark Pit. Instead of Peach, you can play as Daisy, and so on and so forth. They have slightly different mannerisms, but the attacks are essentially the same thing. They just may look different. Of course, it's Smash, but I would need a Switch in order to play it. First world problems. They literally put every character that's ever existed in a Smash in this game, including Ridley, who, for those of you who don't know, I'm sorry, that would mean you haven't played Metroid. And Ridley's quite big, so I'm interested how the hitboxes on that character is going to be. Either they're going to be huge and it's going to hit like a tank, or it's going to be weird, in which case I don't know which I would prefer. Yeah, I'm not sure which I'd prefer. I don't know. I'm weird. We know this. Death Stranding? Because frankly, we don't know enough for me to go in super in depth, so maybe I can actually keep this within a decent time frame. As we know, this is Kojima Productions' first production since leaving Konami. Ever since the first premiere, people have been wondering what the heck is going on. With terms like timefall and advanced aging by just hitting whatever this timefall is, hitting the object, it's going to be really interesting how this world even works. It's not too different from ours, so and judging by some of the pictures in the new trailer that we got, it could possibly be our world after somebody screwed with something. We don't know, to be honest. What I do know is what I'm going to bullet point very quickly. Kojima literally went around the world looking at different game engines. He ended up choosing the Guerrilla Games engine, Decima. Now, for those of you who don't know, Decima is the game engine that was ultimately used for Horizon Zero Dawn and Until Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn obviously being produced by Guerrilla itself, and Until Dawn was actually produced by someone else. Now, they are working in conjunction with each other. What does that mean? Basically, that means is that Kojima-san was actually given the actual code. His production company actually has the code to the engine, not just the engine, the actual code to the engine. So what's happening is that, let me describe it like this. Let's say you as an artist and you make awesome artwork, but there's this new tool that you want to learn how to use. Say, I'm going to use traditional art tools, for example, charcoal. You don't know how to use charcoal, but somebody does know how to use charcoal. They give you the charcoal and they actually teach you how to use the charcoal. Now you are still bringing your own artistic skills to the table. So the person with the charcoal who is excellent at using charcoal, has used it this one way all their entire life, is learning from what you're doing with that tool. And that's what they're doing with the game engine. They're basically talking back and forth, making the engine better. So Kojima gets to use the engine that is very, very robust. It fits really well with the storytelling, in my personal opinion. And he gets to help Guerrilla Games make the engine better, which is one of the reasons why when I looked at the newer trailers, because the original trailer was actually not done in the engine, but the newer trailers were done in the engine. When I was originally looking at the engine, I almost was not sure what engine was being used, because there have been some tweaks. And basically it's the shuffling of resources within the engine to help get the look that Kojima wanted. Because understandably, as the artist, he doesn't want it to look like Horizon Zero Dawn, because that doesn't necessarily help either company. So they're basically working with each other to make the tool a better tool for, both companies. Whether or not Kojima will continue to use this after Death Stranding, we don't know. We just know that that is what's happening right now. When it comes to a release date, all Kojima said in his typical cryptic fashion is one of two things. It'll come out sometime before the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, And he's also said that it'll come out before the year that the movie Akira was set in. Which doesn't tell us much, unless you know the movie Akira, which I do, which was set in the year 2019. So it looks like it'll probably be next year sometime. For 2019 is kind of general, so it could be the end of this year. I kind of doubt it, since they were choosing an engine in 2016 and they're still working on it right now. I kind of doubt that it's going to come out this year. Be awesome. Don't hold me to that, considering how he is. Also curious as to what type of soundtrack he'll use, because as usual, anybody who knows Kojima, he is a very big cinemaphile. He loves movies. So a lot of times when he chooses songs for this game so far, is what he was saying, and what he's exemplified even in the trailers, is that the songs are trying to help you understand the world more so than just be cool background music. I have theories, like it's very interesting how everything seems to be attached by a tether or a cord, be it an umbilical cord, which is usually exemplified by the baby, also by the cords that our antagonist uses to attach to what looks like walking skeleton army men. You have the cord that Sam, who is the main character, actually uses to hook into the baby in the new trailer that we got for this E3. We have the cords for the things that are actually coming out of the sky, which we still don't know what those are. Like, and the fact that they show us him actually putting the cord in himself when he has an idea in that trailer, it means something. It's a testament to Kojima-san's world building. He's put it in such a way that I know that he completely understands what he's doing and why. He's explained in one of his interviews that he wanted to talk about, and even with the poster, I'll put it up here if I can find it. It has like a spider web, and he was talking about how he wanted to talk about how things connect, like memories, rope connecting it, trying to hold things that you value close to yourself. You know, you see in the promo where Sam is reaching for a picture, but he has to stop because he feels that whatever that is around. And especially with a term like timefall, it prematurely ages everything it touches. It really makes you think, and I, for one, love things like that. I know a lot of people might think it's tedious. I don't. I like chewing and thinking about things like that. So I'm actually very excited about when this one comes out. Who knows when that's going to be again, but Death Stranding, can't wait. Kojima-san, I don't really think I have to worry about whether or not I'm going to be disappointed. It looks like it will be more of an action adventure. He has explicitly said that it is not a horror game. I never really read it as that. Post-apocalypse that we probably caused by doing something against nature. Who knows? That's if it's even set in our world, which again, nobody knows. So, I can't wait. I really can't wait. Let's see, I have been recording for 20 minutes. I am going to cut this off right here. Thank you for listening to Ramble. Lords and ladies, again, like I said before in my just voiceover ones, these are really just ways for me to understand and like sound off and get my thoughts in order so I can better make a decision, if that makes sense. Not necessarily just about the game, but my thoughts and feelings on the game, instead of just having, well, I do have knee-jerk reactions, but I want to put them in context. I don't want to go with a knee-jerk reaction and never analyze them, but that's just me. My next one will more than likely be about Cyberpunk 2077, because that's my only other one that I'm really excited about that came out, and that may actually end my series. If not, I will let you know. I'll probably bring the same thing because I'm recording in batches. Thank you, lords and ladies, for tuning in. I will talk to you guys next time.